What's up, everyone? Speedy here. In this 1v1 video, we're going to be doing 2 live games as well as a post-game commentary on some issues and some things I want to talk to you guys about. So let's get right into it. We're in game number 1. Sorry about my voice being a little bit soft. This session is after a very long day, including a day that included 2 midterm exams, both of which were quite exhausting. That's not going to go in, so I'm just going to grab these pads. So the topic I want to talk about in today's video is something called flow state. Flow state, it's one of the hardest things to get into because the more you think about it, the harder it is to actually achieve it, let alone get into it. I will just pause the discussion there, just take the freebie so I don't mess up the freebie. So thank you. One of the things about flow state is, like, we ask ourselves in sports and athletics in general, how do we get into it? You know, what is flow state, right? Like, what do we do to achieve such a state of being where we're super focused? Okay, that was actually disgusting. What? Wow, that was actually a crazy clean play. And the answer to that, like, how do we get into flow state, is really simple. Recognizing what a challenge is and what the level of challenge that you're able to handle. Nice, as that goes in. And if it's a challenge that's too challenging, like for me, I oftentimes struggle to get into flow state in ones, because a lot of the people I'm going against are too challenging for me. And a lot of the times I'm just going against constantly better players, and that's a really difficult thing as a player. Just way too much space there. It's because it's difficult to constantly make adjustments to every single different type of play style. Some guys are fucking freestyling, other guys are just trolling, other guys are just way significantly above rank or below their normal rank. So it makes things challenging. And all these challenges are constantly different, so it's hard to find consistency in that. I hate the way this guy plays. It's difficult. Because to try to get into flow state, you have to just not think at times. You have to be just so actively focused on what's going on that it's difficult to achieve that, let alone achieve that in a YouTube video. As expected. And this is kind of how it is. You know, this game mode is my hardest game mode for me. This is the game mode I struggle with the most. And this is the game mode that exposes the most flaws. So for some of my channel members that have been around for a while, some of you have seen plenty of it. Just gonna let him overplay. I focus on the bomb. Nice. Because the thing about flow state is the more you think about it, the harder it is to get into it. But as I said before, when you have a situation that's super challenging, that's super difficult for you, there is a point where you can actually be too challenged. And, oh, I'm gonna get scored on here. Should have gotten scored on, honestly. And sometimes it's a situation where it's too easy. That's something that can happen a lot in these games. Guy goes for a lot of aggressive plays. And I get a freebie because he's now trolling. And let me know what you guys think about flow state. Maybe it's something you guys have gotten into as well. You know, in my studies, flow state is something that is very much difficult to achieve. And it's difficult because it's just not consistent. It's not consistent in a non-professional level. You know, until you get to a point where your mechanics and your general gameplay is so high level and the flow of it so good, you're never really going to often achieve that consistency that you really want to actually get. I would have crashed out if he was going to score that. And that is a nice little fake right there. I'll take it. But it's hard. You know, this game mode exposes you the most out of all the other game modes. Here, flip it left. And get a semi-favorable bounce. As I troll this. As I don't troll, it's DG. What a game. What a sweaty game. And that's the thing, I'm going against a lot of better players a lot of the time, so it's really difficult every game to maintain that consistency because oftentimes your opponents are just significantly better or more experienced. And that leads to, by the way, this is game 2, that leads to a lot of really difficult situations as a player because you're just constantly being forced to adapt. And that's not easy. Bro, fucking stop being so aggressive, man. That's brain dead as fuck. Being rewarded for it because he's just putting himself in a good spot. Get a good possession play. Pick up the wall here. Take this wall. And let him overcommit to my corner. I get a freebie because he's trying too much, being too aggressive, and he's just relying on trying to like force me to tweak out. Basically, if you stay calm, stay focused, you should be okay. Like here, just don't overcommit. Big turn here. and he gets the pop bounce. Well done. So I should have expected that. Can't really score that, but I can just put pressure on him. Oh my god, dude. That was such beautiful, beautiful ground play. Watch that ground play back. That was so perfectly played, dude. Holy fuck. Talking about flow state. So fucking boring though. Just the anti-bump play is what actually gets me. It's annoying. Don't overextend. Decent point. The way he plays, it's just perfectly counters everything I try to do. Just counters. It's just frustrating. That bumps me. Okay. Okay. Fucking take it, dude. Take it. I'm gonna kind of go into a bit of a heavy topic, but you know, it's kind of, honestly, I feel like it's necessary. I will be honest and say that I am genuinely just really struggling to enjoy ones. I'm at a point where I'm just not having fun with it much anymore. I don't know if it's coming through in the videos. I know for me, that's what I'm feeling. Chances are, if I'm feeling it, you probably are able to see it. And it's just, I'm at a point where it's not fun going against such a consistently inconsistent level of random opponents. You're going against Smurfs. You're going against Grand Champs that are way underranked. You're going against a lot of people that are freestyling or trolling or just play super, stupidly brain-dead styles of aggression that just work. You know, work because they make you lose possession, and that's why they do it. You know, they keep doing it because it works. And it's like, there's so many things that are just not fun, you know, and I'm wanting to improve, you know, and I'm genuinely trying to. I just don't have the fucking time to put like that many hours per week into this game. Like, as a full-time college student, I'm putting in like a lot more hours into my studying because I'm trying to build a career in sports psychology and coaching and all sorts of things. And yes, I understand, like, building my channel up is part of like building a long-term brand, and there is benefit and value to that. At the same time, it's like I feel like I'm just burning myself out from playing ones. Like I'm just completely like snuffing out my flame, because I'm just like, every time I get on to play ones, and not so much play ones, but when I'm recording ones, especially trying to do like instructive content with it, it's just not fun. Like it's genuinely, like it is incredibly hard for me to enjoy it, because it's just the same shit over and over again. Like every time I try to focus on something to improve, it gets completely canceled out by the fact that they're just completely such levels of randomness with your opponent that you just can't really like actually focus on you, and you're just focusing on adjusting to your opponents. And if that's what improving is, then I don't know what is, because like what actually is improving, because it's frustrating to go against this all the time and not be able to build self-confidence as a player. And that's a hard thing as a competitor, especially as a former professional competitor in motorsports. I know what that feels like, and I hate that feeling of not being good enough. I also have learned to have to try to cope with the fact that you can put your best, and if your best isn't enough to win, it's still your best, so you gave it your best shot. And that's the most important thing out of everything, that you actually tried. You know, showing up is half the battle, and it feels like I've been showing up for a long fucking time, and the other half of the battle just feels like it's not showing up a lot. And that whittles down your self-confidence a lot. Like it genuinely, it destroys your mental. Like my mental health, like playing this game long term, not this game, but like this game mode rather, long term, it's like chalked. It's completely chalked. Like it's genuinely just completely destroyed. And it's hard to be able to enjoy the game, because each opponent is just so completely worlds different that there's no consistency for you to develop healthy habits or patterns from. You're dealing with super aggressive opponents, so they force you to flip a lot. So like as some of you in the comments talked about, yes, I do flip a lot. I've been in control of it. I've been working on improving it. But as you guys seem to be calling it out, yes, I flip. Or, oh, I go for fast walled air dribbles. And for some, that may be considered a weakness. I don't understand why, and I would love to have justification on why that's considered a weakness. Because there's like mechanics and things that I do that I enjoy the speed of, and I like the flow of that. And there's just a lot of things that just seem to contradict that feeling. And that honestly, for me, really takes the fun away out of it. Like I try to work on my kickoffs, because this past week they've been feeling weak. Now granted, I have had like a pretty significant amount of studying that I've been having to do with my, not having to, I mean, but this is my future I want to go into. So this is what I want. And so I'm really having to prepare, you know, like properly legit study a lot. I just did 3 midterm exams this week, and today, and the day of this recording, I just did 2 back-to-back that were fucking hard. And on top of that, other family shit and personal shit going on. And then doing a 2s recording video before this. And then as I get into the 1s recording, it's just like, I get my 2 games and I try to do my replay games and just nothing works. And I'm like, all right, dude. And it's just the same like consistent pattern of just shit that just doesn't work out, you know. And I'm not trying to give you guys bad content. Like I'm not trying to give you guys like just sloppy crap, you know, that's not enjoyable to watch. I also want to give you guys honest content. That's who I am, you know, and I want to give you guys like an honest discussion about what my feelings are, you know. And if you care about that, cool. If you don't, cool. You know, I'm not gonna hold any judgment or be angry at you over that, or you know, treat anybody any like differently or unfairly over that. You're free to feel that. I just think that I'm at a point where there's not going to be a super bright future if I can't figure out a sustainable alternative to what I'm doing with my 1v1 gameplay. Like obviously I've already incorporated 2v2s you know, and that's great. Like 2v2s, I'm enjoying playing that as a change of pace to ones. It distributes some of that ones pain, if you will. But 3v3 is just not my thing, especially solo queue. If I'm playing with friends, you know, fine, I enjoy it because I can play with friends and I know like we kind of all have an idea of how we're going to play, so we can work with that. In ones, it's just literally, it's just, it feels like getting your head smashed in every fucking game you play, and you never really get a chance to like, actually even better, it's like when you play, it's like if you've seen the Saw movies where it's like you're dealing with like a new trap, and there's like new traps that find new ways to like really like mess you up. That's what ones feels like. Every game is like a new trap that just is meant to just completely destroy you, and you're just trying to survive it, you know. And it feels like that's what my experience in ones has been for the past like year, you know. And it's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's made me really not enjoy it. I don't know how to enjoy ones. I want to enjoy ones, like I genuinely, like I actually really fucking want to enjoy the game, but it's making it so fucking hard for me to do that. The game, it's like it's just fighting me every step of the way, and I just don't know what to do. And I'm at a point where like it's just frustrating, you know. I see where the weaknesses are. I know what my weaknesses are. It's not like I need that to be called out to me, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I know I'm trying to put work into shit and it's just not connecting. And like if I could play this game fucking 8 hours a day and just non-stop, just go hours, yeah, I would probably be like fucking GC 1 million at this fucking point, right? But I don't have that time. I don't have that time because I chose not to have that time. At the same time, I'm also trying to figure out how the fuck to like navigate this. This is a new challenge for me. It feels like flow state. The challenge is like way up here and I'm like here. And I'm trying to leap up to that challenge and I just cannot make it to that challenge over and over again. Sometimes the challenge is lower and I can reach that, but I exceed that a little bit. And then most of the time it's way above me and I'm just like not there, you know. And it's this consistent pattern of just not being able to achieve that hurts. And that's maybe some pro coaches, if you happen to see this at some point, you know, if somebody that's really like aware of this can help me through that, I would appreciate it. Maybe just some tips or advice, you know, that would go a long way. It would be greatly appreciated because it is tough. As I take a quick drink of water before my voice breaks fully. Oh, that water's nice. Yeah, no, it's been a very stressful period of time, and I'm trying to make my best and make my best content, make my best gameplay, and just make it something you guys can enjoy. But it's also something that's honest with who I am, because I can't keep doing like ones the way I am like this. Like I'm just genuinely, I'm not having fun, and it feels like that's kind of the core point of this, is to have fun, to enjoy building a channel, you know? And it's like this game mode is just fucking stripping the fun away, and the shit associated with it, the vibe, the ones culture, it's really in a weird state, and it feels like it's putting me in this like more difficult state where I'm just trying to figure out how to feel. Whether this reaches anybody, if anyone sees this, cool. If not, cool. You know, still at least it's out there. Someone may see this at some point, kind of be going down the same path, and maybe this could help them. You know, maybe this could give them a little perspective, I guess. I don't know. But if you enjoyed watching this video and want me to replay review your games, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. BD Man out.